Without the day jobs, there would have been no comics. While I was in art school, I transferred my job from Kinko's to New York City from California. And part of the reason why I held on to Kinko's was for selfish reasons, because I did have an ulterior motive. You can use Kinko's to make mini books, make color copies, make postcards, business cards, posters, saddle stitch little mini books to take to the shows and get that employee discount. And I was also waiting on tables, so I basically had 2 jobs, putting myself through art school and putting out a comic from my junior year through my senior year. And in hindsight, I probably got in over my head and didn't realize it. I was just going with it and thinking this is how it is. You grind it out, it's a tough business, but you love it. It's a labor of love. I didn't get into it to make money. I didn't get to make a name for myself. I got into it because I wanted to write and draw cool stories that excite me. Maybe it might excite some other people along the way. But I had no idea how to do it. So I had to go back, I guess, to 1987, 88, and I met Arthur Adams at a local comic show in Sacramento. I just started doing what my former students and people who want to get into comics. I asked questions. How'd you get behind that table? How'd you get that book published? What tools did you use? I was a pest. But I was a sponge, and find out what you like and what you don't like.
So you're self-publishing at this time. You have day jobs to get you by. Was there a point where you were making enough with comics that you could quit your day job? And
I wanted to. Yeah, there was times I had many day jobs I wish I could have just left and worked on comics full time. And a lot of them were good jobs, good people, but it's not what I wanted to do the rest of my life. I realized I think I was pretty good at something else, and I wanted to see if I could make a living at it. So after art school, I was terrified. I held on to my Kinko's job. I became an assistant manager. I transferred back when work was really hard to get in New York City. My comic was doing okay, but if you're only putting out 1 or 2 issues a year, and you're only going to get 1 or 2 checks from the distributor, not including conventions, you crunch the numbers, it's not going to cover 12 months of rent, it's not going to cover food on your table, student loans you got to pay back, bills, take a girlfriend out if you have one, to the movies. So I tried to find jobs that would be an extension of what I was doing with the comics. Whether it's drawing, I started getting familiar with the computer more, using Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator. I ended up at Tower Records as a graphic artist. Loved the job, music, drawing, making ads for Depeche Mode, The Cure, U2. What got me the job was the comics, the Valentine books. Because the graphic stuff I put together in my portfolio, she's like, yeah, but she liked the idea that I'm able to draw something and tell a story with it. And I applied for that job 3 times, but the 3rd time I did something different. I put a couple of my comic books in there with my portfolio CD. And that's what got me the callback in the 2nd job interview. So, but as we know, Tower Records went out of business, so I had to look for work again. So the day jobs were always something to kind of, I guess, feed my desire, pay for the comics to be made, and go to the shows. So that's why I couldn't wait for it. During the day I'm at my job, but my mind was on making the comics when I get home that night. That was the motivation.